Hey, do you fish in the Tampa Bay? Welcome to Friday Fishing Reports. My name's Captain Chris Canning. Today we're going to be talking about the weather, the tide, and what's biting. And if this is the first time you're seeing my face, make sure you guys hit that follow button and like this video for more fishing and outdoor content and some Friday Fishing Reports. All right, first things first, we got to start off with the weather because that is the number one thing that's going to keep you on or off the water. And I'm thinking this weekend is an absolute go. So if you have no plans this weekend and you're a fisherman, make sure you get out there in the Tampa Bay because not only is the weather going to be good, but so is the bite. So it looks like you're going to be dealing with 5-knot winds pretty much all day, low seas. I mean, you can't get any better. We're off of some cold fronts, so it's going to be absolutely beautiful out there. So make sure you're hitting the water this weekend if you want to catch some fish or even sandbar. But hey, the water temps are starting to drop. All right, so let's start off with talking about the tides this weekend. Now, we're going to have some rougher tides as far as fishing goes. You're going to have a very negative low tide first thing in the morning. I think it's around 9:30 or so on Saturday. Again, that's Port Manatee, so that's pretty much in the middle of the bay. So if you're more north in the bay, then your tide's going to be later, and past the Skyway, your tide's going to be a little bit earlier. It looks like we're going to have a negative 0.5 tide, so that is not going to leave a lot of water for that inshore bite, and that tide is not coming in very fast whatsoever. So if you have a larger boat, especially a bay boat or an offshore boat, you're probably not going to be able to fish those mangrove shorelines. You're not going to have a lot of water to work with. But if you have a john boat, kayak, skiff, you should be perfectly fine. So if you do have that bay or offshore boat, right now is a great time to be in the middle of the bay, and then of course near shore and offshore. So these tides might be the tides for you to go and venture off and do something a little bit different other than fishing those mangrove shorelines. Now, as far as Sunday goes, the tide's going to be just about the same. So very similar scenario. All right, so what is biting here in the Tampa Bay? I know that is why you're watching this video. But before we go forward, make sure you smash that like button for more Friday Fishing Reports. Anyways, the bigger question is, what isn't biting in the Tampa Bay? So with those lower tides this weekend, we are still going to have a great snook, redfish, trout, mackerel bite, all inshore. So if you got any of those smaller boats and you are targeting the flats, the mangrove shorelines, and then maybe closer to the shore in the bay, I mean, the bite should be insane. We've seen a lot of snook push into the bay from the beaches. Again, we're in that fall transition, so they're headed back to these rivers where the water is much warmer in the wintertime. And right now they are trying to stock up. Again, it's like going into hibernation. Of course, they don't hibernate, but they do not feed as heavy in the winter months. So they're eating as much as they can going back into their those warmer water canals and areas like that. As far as the redfish, they're doing a very similar thing, running those mangrove shorelines, those oyster bars. They're sitting in these deeper pockets on these low tide days, but the bite for the redfish has been really good, especially the rat reds. We're seeing a lot of rat reds here in Tampa Bay, which is a really